With part 1 getting over 125 likes on the video, I knew I had to go bigger for part 2. That's why today you're gonna see drills, you're gonna see dungeons, you're gonna see endgame PvP. And if you stick around till the end, I fight against one of the biggest streamers for this game and you'll see how it goes. Before we get into it, make sure you're subscribed because my goal before the end of the year is to hit 10,000 subscribers on the channel. So make sure you're subscribed and let's get into the drops. Game 51, it is finally here. In this 50 drops, which is part 2 of the first 100 drops video, we're gonna have a money counter up top left, we're gonna have a game counter top right, we're gonna have our loadouts in the bottom right of the screen in the beginning of every drop we have. So for the very first game, we're rocking around with a bulldog. And I want you to understand that we're gonna have a lot of late game action. This means drills, dungeons, pure chaos and PvP. This is going to be absolutely insane, but we're going to be starting off slower because we have to start building up our inventory. Here we were just doing some basic smart mesh runs with our boy Cam, getting some derelict along the way because we wanted to get some dungeons done, but we really had to start stacking up on resources because, again, you'll see that in the first part we completed most of our missions, if not all of them, and in this part we're really just focused on PvP, trying to farm money and just trying to get a good grip on this beginning part of this 50 drops. Game number 1, we already had a good start just by evacing. You'll see that I really don't make it out to evacs a lot because, again, we're going into PvPs, if not every single game. And as you see on the top left, we're at 16,893 K marks made so far in this series. So if you want to take a guess down below in the comments and guess how much money we're going to make in the next 50 drops, take a good guess. The person that's closest to the real number might get something. We'll see what happens in the future, but take a guess down below, see what you think we will end up at. But again, we're going for loot these first couple games, trying to warm up, trying to understand how we're going to play this, because I was pretty nervous. The first 50 drops video did so well, and I'm really thankful that you guys liked that video. But this 50 drops is going to be absolutely mental because, again, there is drills, there's end game action, there's end game PvP, there's these end game weapons, and right there we get another 40k. And this is the first game that you're gonna see where we're bringing this purple gear. We have complete purple sets, advocate, shattergun, and we're ready for anything that the game brings us. Here, this is going to be our first dungeon of the series. Dungeons were something I did very early on in the end game, but now since I'm a little bit further into the end game, I kind of just do PvP since dungeons aren't really worth it to me anymore. But again, I love dungeons. They're super fun. And for season 2, I'm so excited to see what the next dungeon has in store, because if you don't know, there is another dungeon, or it seems like it, that is coming to the game. So I'm extremely excited for that. But in this dungeon, we're just running through, we're killing all the mobs. We really had no difficulty in this dungeon. You'll see later on in the video that we do a couple more dungeon attempts, and they do get a little bit chaotic because sometimes dungeons don't go as you want. You'll get countered, you'll get pushed, one of your teammates will die from being stuck in a corner. Something can happen and you never know what to expect in dungeons. The one part that I really don't like about dungeons is the reward that you get. There is one Alpha Crusher at the end, but if we see what he drops once we kill him, it's really nothing special. You're going to get an Alpha Crusher heart, which is obviously one of the best things you can get, but you only get one of them. So one person is going to leave with minimum 130k, and then the next 2 people or the next person isn't going to have much to work with. They can get the Crusher hide, maybe if there's a head in there they can get it. But again, there's going to be no real source of money for them to grab since the crates at the end where you get your weapons from usually don't have anything too good. As you see here, we get a Manticore, an audio decoy, a Scarab, green armor. I just think that it should be a little bit more buffed loot. Again, we have a successful evac with 44k, which again isn't bad. But this is going to be one of the first fights you see me play in. And when I'm going to fight, I'm going to let it play out. See what you think of how I play it out. Getting some good shots on that first guy. I'm still trying to understand the recoil because this is early on in the season, but we gotta move, gotta heal, make sure we're playing this the best way possible and really try to win our encounter here. Sadly, we do lose a teammate in the process, so my other guy decides to drop down, and we just decide to take our loot and start dipping. We go towards Skeleton and go towards our evac, and right now at this point, we just want to make it out just to have another successful raid. Sure, we made no money, but again, we're into another raid right away, and we just gotta get it going. Go through this area. We explore a lot of Crescent. We honestly don't play too much Crescent in this video, but at this point in time, we were just grinding Crescent because we were looking for dungeons, we were looking for key cards, we were just looking for stuff on this map. I honestly don't like playing this map too much because my frames are just horrendous, but the gunfights on this map are pretty exciting and fun. Here we do our very first oil runs of the video. I never really do oil. I just don't like doing oil. Again, it's pretty much not a bad way of getting money. It is 20k a pop, but right here we're in another PvP fight trying to get contested while we're doing oil. We get some good shots on just because the recoil of this weapon is so easy to control. But again, we're getting kind of pushed in a way. They're trying to move up, they're trying to move closer to us, but we just decide to leave, get our loot, and just make it out successfully. Because again, when we have oil, we gotta get out of there as soon as possible. But here we get pushed right at the evac, and you'll see what happens. Just pure shock. I get pushed, and my teammates make it out alive, but I don't. So next game, we go in with an 8 times on a KBR, and we say, screw it. We're doing a drill. I didn't know what to expect, especially with an 8 times on a KBR. I thought we were absolutely screwed, and I wasn't far off from that. So my teammate gets pushed from above. The enemy team starts to take our drill, and we just start getting hammered. This was a horrendous take on our part. We should have rushed up immediately, but again, this is early season. This is like the very beginning of my late game. This is probably from a month ago, this footage, but again, I made the staircase. I try to make my way up, try to understand the scenario that I'm in. I nade one guy with blue. I hit some good shots on him, but then I get pushed from behind, and I honestly should have played this so much better. I honestly was not playing to my best capabilities, but my teammates do die. I push back behind a rock, and I try to understand how I can even fight this now that I'm solo, but I try to get a good head peek, and I'm using an 8 times on the KBR, which isn't the best option in my opinion. I would definitely not recommend this loadout to anyone, but I get sniped in the head, and then I just get beamed, bro. It's just sometimes you get these unlucky events, and you just have to deal with the consequences. You can't win every gunfight, and I just want to win one. So we go back in there with the bolt action, which is basically an arbiter if you ask me. This bolt action should not be 2-tapping, but here we go, trying to counter a drill, and we're doing our best here. It's about to get ready to really start going here, and we just gotta focus up. Our teammate gets shot from above, I get hit from nades, everything is going on. It's just pure chaos when we're around these drills, and we gotta focus up. I'm trying to get some good snipes on, especially with the 2 to 4 times, because I have a scope that's solid. We're waiting for the enemy team at all angles possible, and we're trying to understand why they're not starting a drill, what are they doing, how can we counter this. There's a lot of information to take into account when you're even trying to counter a drill, but at this point in time, when your teammates do die in these scenarios, I wasn't confident in going against other people alone, but now later in the season, I literally push everything. But this next game, we go in, Bulldog, Sniper, the best beginner's loadout in the game, I'd say. Bulldog is especially super good, and this footage was filmed when the Bulldog didn't get its nerf, so it was still a beam. It was disgusting. It's not to say that it's not disgusting now, but this is just a tragedy all around. Imagine getting pushed off of a ledge by your teammate. You're just trying to have a great raid. You just get pushed off. Luckily, he brings me my sniper back, so I'm like, okay, let's rock and roll, baby. So I bring the same loadout, same thing. We're going in there with a mission that we don't know what it is. We want PvP. We want loot. We want anything possible to help us get an advantage in this game. And here, this was a terrible idea. I drop into a hole, and I'm not even kidding you. I was stuck here for minimum 15 minutes, but I managed to find a plant in the back, and I tried this jump so many times, and I managed to get out. Didn't think it was possible, but we made it out. We go loot community room, and again, look at all this beautiful loot. Bulldog galore, a lacerator, which honestly isn't that bad, especially for getting a decent weapon in one of these keycard rooms, because I seem to never have good luck in these rooms, and no one really that I've seen has good luck in these rooms. Sometimes, you know, I see Pink getting these exotic weapons. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what streamer loot he's getting, but it's kind of ridiculous. But now we're going in again. We're doing a puzzle right here at Green's Prospect. And this puzzle isn't bad because it gives you too many reactors. And I think at the beginning of next season, I'm going to kind of grind some mini reactors out, because I hate getting those done later on. And when I go for my mini reactors like midway through the season, that's when everyone's doing them. So I think early on in the season, I'm probably going to try to farm some smart mesh, going to try to farm some mini reactors, just do things when people aren't trying to do them, just so I get a little bit ahead of the curve. And right here, we're going into a next game with a Gorgon. This Gorgon is something that I haven't seen many people rock. It's not too good of a weapon if you're medium to long range encounters, just because it doesn't do much damage. But if you're up close and personal, it kind of shreds. Look at how small the crosshairs are, and look at me just absolutely shredding this stupid creature. He had no chance whatsoever. I'm just, again, a god tier player with any weapon. Right here, we're getting some good shots on these players. And again, it looks like we're doing some serious damage, which I would think we are, but we're really not. That's even a little too far for the Gorgon. And we have to hit our shots just to make sure we hit those heads, because the headshot multiplier on this gun is not bad. So right, again, we go in, we get some good loot, and we just manage to get out, because again, our friends are doing missions. We're trying to play as a team here, understand what we got to do. We get a unique data drive right there, and those are big for these dungeons. So we're doing another dungeon. That Rattler is getting fried by the laser. We drop on down, and again, we do the same exact thing. For these dungeons, I would always recommend bringing a Brute, just because I thought this gun was nasty, and it still is, don't get it twisted. But now when I do dungeons, I usually bring a shatter gun or I bring a hammer, just something that has a little bit lower ammo count, just so I don't have to be as heavy in these dungeons. Because again, when I'm bringing a Brute, I'm bringing 2,000 rounds of ammo. I'm loaded. My backpack is max capacity, and I really have no more space to work with. So again, it's tough to bring in so much loot when you really don't want to be so slow. When you're going for a dungeon, you're more than likely going to get pushed, and it's just not a fun situation to be in. Right there, we get a phasic. That's probably the best weapon we're going to get out of the dungeon in a long time. I don't know, I don't even remember how many dungeons we do in this thing, but again, dungeons were very fun in the beginning. We're trying to understand how to maneuver, how to make money in this situation. Right there, we leave with 23K, and that's, again, the bad part of doing a dungeon, because one person can leave with 200K, and everyone else leaves with 10 to 30, 40, maybe 50K if they're lucky. But on the other hand, when you do a drill, each of you can leave with like 80K, 100K, 150K. It just depends on how many people there are. I'd rather do duos, but right here we were on a plan to do some drills, and we do get pushed by some teams. I do get some nasty snipes by hitting absolutely no one, but right here we get a nice shot at them, and again, another nice shot. The sniper is one of my favorite weapons in this game, just because I use it so much early on. Here we're throwing some good nades, because one kid is hiding up top, so we got to make our way there. We move behind a rock, try to understand how he's playing, where he's going, and here he starts to move to the right. I get on top of the rock, and I hit a decent shot on him. He was already weak, his body goes flying away, and he had no real chance in making it out of that alive. So right here, we again go to Pinnacle Labs. We didn't have the lab key card yet, but that's something I found along the way. It's really awesome, something to get. I did get one from a friend. They opened it up for me. It's super nice of them. Again, this lab key card isn't the best, but I think it's really good for getting certain things like gyroscopes, heals, medical supplies. It's really awesome in that case scenario. Here we do hear some action, but again, I am getting absolutely slaughtered by these monsters. I hate the flechette. This gun is one of the guns that I just don't like. I don't see it to be a viable option. But right here, we're getting pushed from all angles. There's going to be someone at the window. I'm getting stared down. There's someone to the right. There's someone in front. So right here, my friend's behind him. He manages to get some good shots here. But again, I get naded out of my spot. I got to push around. I have to understand what I have to do to win this gunfight. I push through the door, trying to get a shred on one, and I do manage to kill one. But again, I'm getting pushed from behind, and I get kind of desynced. I die behind a wall, which was very unlucky. But here for the next raid, we're doing the same thing, bringing a flechette, bringing blue armor, and we're just trying to maneuver around the map. And again, this is a lot of Crescent Falls gameplay. I didn't know how much Crescent Falls gameplay I actually had in this video. I will say that at the end of the video, we do fight a really big streamer and his team, and it was really exciting getting these good endgame PvP fights. I would love to do more, but again, I'm not the best player. I don't have all of his loot to work with. I don't have unlimited sets of purple. I don't have unlimited arbiters. I don't have unlimited exotic helmets. I really just don't have all of these resources. Right there, we complete one of our last missions in this game. We kill a crusher, we hunt a crusher, and that's super, super important. And right here, we're in another sniper battle, man. These sniper battles get intense. They get very, very frustrating because sometimes you're like, screw it, I'm not going to snipe you anymore. I'm going to push my way to you, and I'm going to win. Right here, we're, again, trying to go to evac, trying to understand what's going on. I had the evac bug where the thing doesn't leave my screen, but we get pushed by a guy, and somehow he kills me. That was absolutely shocking to me how much damage we did to that man. But again, we're loading in with blue armor, we're loading in with an advocate, and we're just going on Crescent again and again and again and again. If you're wondering who I'm playing with, we're playing with Cam Siege. He's a streamer. Go follow him on Twitch. Super, super chill dude. But here we are, just going again, trying to find some oil nodes. And here we are. Bam, good hit. Bam, good hit. Bam, good hit, and boom. That is a nice one. That's a juicer right there. It's got some good girth to it. So we call that John down, and right here, I'm going to hold this area down because this area is really good to hold down when you're doing some oils solo because, again, there's really only one way you can get up here, but that's the bad part too because there's only one way you can get down. So if you're getting camped, you're pretty much screwed unless you have some smoke, some gases, something to make it a little bit harder for these people to push you. And there my friend gives me my last oil pump because I gave it to him, put it up his butt, and luckily he got it back. But then we put another oil down, and we're just trying to get some oil here. I believe I needed 10 oil here to complete one of my very last missions for ICA. So we're just trying to get oil done, trying to get to 10. And as you see there, I get 9, and I get 10. And right here, we start to fight a team, but I'm like, yo, I have all my oil I need to complete this mission. And since I was just trying to grind missions, get them done, I'm like, let's get the hell out of here. Let's focus up on leaving, on evacing successfully, just so I can hand in this mission, and then I'm free to go. We can do whatever the hell you want. And as you'll see here, we leave with 187,000 K marks worth of loot. And as you see, our total went up to about 366,000 K marks. And again, what do you guys think I'm gonna get to in this video? Am I gonna break 1 million? Am I gonna break 2 million? Am I gonna break 10 million? 10 million is probably not a probable cause, but it's all right. Here we have the hammer, and let me tell you, I hate this gun with a passion. I suck with it. I'm just not good at all. I love that the ammo counter on the back of the gun goes from yellow to red here, just to make sure that you know how many bullets you have. But right here, I swear to God, I was fighting Batman and Robin. You'll see why in a second. I was not very familiar with this area, but these guys just dropped down on me, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? I don't know how I killed this guy, but it was just mental how I just don't die to that guy. My teammate came in clutch there, and then I was about to close the door because I knew his teammate was going to push up, but then I was one tap. There's nothing I can really do. And here, this was one of our big loadouts for this series. Not that we used it a lot, that we just got some good loot from it. We're rocking double PDWs, and I never use the PDW. My friend was like, yo, use this gun. It's pretty solid. I'm like, all right. I mean, I've used it before. I didn't like it because, again, it is a white tier armor. We tried to hide in this corner, try to kill some Timmies as they come to do some things. We had no luck. We're like, you know what? This is boring. Let's get the hell out of here. So we just made it through. We saw the storm was coming. We're like, screw this. Let's get out. Let's reset. But again, shocking the world. You'll see what happens in this just chaotic form of events that lie in the future here. We get some good gunshots on some people shooting at us, and you'll see what they had because it was kind of monumental, this gunfight. My friend starts nading him. I start pushing back around, trying to see where they are. I get some good shots on him. I managed to kill him. He was fairly low. I managed to get some good shots on him. We kill one guy, and now there's one guy left. We are in dual lobbies. So he's shooting at my friend. I'm going in. I'm shooting him. I'm shredding him, and I kill a guy with purple and with blue. And right here, I leave with a purple armor, a core, and a shatter gun. And this was really a monumental moment for me because I never used the core before at this part of the series. I had never bought one, never picked one up. It was just a good feeling leaving with 95,000 K marks worth of loot, going in with just PDWs. You're rocking double PDWs and you're killing a kid with a core? That's a monumental moment in this series, all right? Because again, we're trying to get as much money as possible, trying to just better ourselves in every game, and we really have to understand our capabilities and just moving forward one step at a time. I'm really curious to know if you guys like the PDW because it's not my favorite weapon because, again, now we're in the end game. We're in the end wipe cycle. Everyone has blues. Everyone has purple. So I'm not really liking this weapon. I think early on in the next season, it's going to be a really fun weapon to use. I am also super excited for the wipe. Let me put it that way. But again, right here, we're moved up on some guys. We saw some armor. We saw some weapons laying on the ground. So we're like, you know what? Screw this. I'll get a free guys here guarantee. I don't care. I was trying to kill this one team because they did kill my teammate. But I just try to maneuver how I can. I get the loot. I get out. I get a phasic. I get a blue kit. I'm just trying to understand the loot that I'm getting here and just trying to decipher. I had 2 snipers on me. And again, when you're this early on in a wipe and you're not fully in the end game yet, you're in very, very, very early end game. You don't have millions of K marks to rely on. You don't have millions of blue sets to rely on. Here I'm getting naded by these guys, and let me tell you, some horrendous nades, maybe the worst nades I've ever seen. Right there, you got to separate your nades between the crates. You got to throw it in the back, throw it in the left, throw it in the right, so I just can't go anywhere. They were throwing it only on one side of the middle pillar, and sure, that middle box helped me out so much, because if that was like a meteor in the middle of there, I probably would have been dead. But who knows what I would have done if that was in the middle. But they were just some atrocious nades. Shout out to whoever that was for being terrible at the game. And right here, this was the very first time I looted this room. I honestly didn't even know this room existed until this very moment. I had never seen Garage Office in my life. I never went up there. I'm like, bro, what is going on? I got a phasic, which isn't that bad. For, again, looting these keycard rooms, I really never have good luck. But that's not the worst luck. A phasic was really good for me in this part of the season. When I am in the end game, now when I'm talking, I sold all my phasics. I sold everything. I don't want any of them. But right here is our very first game with a kinetic arbiter. I had never used it before in my life. I was super excited to see what I could do with it. I was thinking of sniping my teammates in the head, but I didn't, all right? Because they have loot, and I could take the loot, you know what I mean? But we're using the arbiter for the very first time. I have used it a lot of times now, and it's been taken away by some guys with super good aim. Probably, you know, a little sussy, but it's fine. Right there, we hit someone in green. My aim with this gun still isn't up to par just because I don't have the opportunity to use it that much. I can't buy it yet. I'm not level 20 ICA. It's a lot of money to buy this weapon, and I was just panicking. I was trying to survive this raid because I was in panic mode in my head. I was like, yo, we have the best gun in the game. We have to focus up. We have to not die with it, and we have to just try to get a kill. That was the goal for this part of the video. Try to get a kill. Try to understand how this gun feels when you kill someone. And this drill was pretty dry. There was a team over there. I did miss a headshot, but nothing else really occurred in this game. I mean, sure, we could have the possibility of getting a kill, but some people just don't like to push your drills, and that's perfectly fine because this was a part in the season where it was fairly early game, and people aren't comfortable yet in pushing a team with purples, with arbiters, and that's fine by them, and that's fine by me, because that's just free drill loot for me, and that's free Ledium, that's free money. And right here, we were farming drills, because my friend wanted to build the Karma, so he was putting all the drills down. I would stick 3 at my butt, and then he would do what he had to do. He would keep all of it. He would keep all the Ledium, so I wouldn't leave with too much money, but again, it was his drills, it was his loot to deal with, and we're leaving with something at least. As you see, we get a successful evac, and we only keep 3 because, again, it was for him. But we go again with the arbiter, and I was really putting all my balls on one plate here, all right? I don't even know if that's a quote. I think it's eggs in a basket. Don't know what's going on with the quotes here today. But we bring the arbiter again, and we're trying to rock with it. I struggle so much putting that stupid drill down. I can't even fathom to tell you how many times I try to put the drill down, and it just doesn't let me. I've been, you know, working on it. I've been doing my sets of 2, putting drills down, you know what I mean? Really focusing up on how to maximize my capabilities of putting drills down. But here, this drill was a little more chaotic. I throw some nades to try to cover our bottom here, try to just see what we can do. Because I have Arbiter. I probably should have rocked 4 times on it, because the 4 times on the Arbiter is probably one of my favorite weapons in this game. Here, I shred that guy. I do manage to kill him. I don't see the red X, but again, I peek over, and he is dead, which is a really good thing for me. We grab all of the Ledium, because again, it is all for my teammates still. So again, I'm just trying to grab all of it just so we can maneuver out of here, and we're just trying to focus up and make our way out, because I was grabbing all the advocates, all the purple armor, just try to understand how the hell we're going to get out of here alive. We see our evac at Waterfall. We see another evac later on down the road, and we're just trying to make it to wherever we can make it out successfully to. And again, these drops are going to be chaotic, especially with the Arbiter, because I don't know what to expect, but we do make it out successfully. Thank God we leave with 250,000 K marks worth of loot, which was really, really successful for me. And we're already at 815 1,000 K marks in this series, which is really, really exciting. We're only at 72 drops. Again, how much money do you think we're going to deal with here? Are we going to hit 10 million? I don't know. Probably not. Maybe we won't even hit a million. Everything might go down to the dumps, which might happen. Might be a very good capabilities of that happening. But here we go with the Advocate. We go with the bolt action sniper rifle. And we're just, again, rocking it, going in, trying to hammer down on anyone we can. We're really just going for PvP here. And we see two guys in the distance. You'll see my recoil control here isn't the best. It's not bad, but one of my big issues with the Advocate is I don't know how far away to like shoot ahead of someone. I can control the recoil now really, really well, but understanding how far my bullets have to be led is something that I struggle with big time, because again, that's one of my big issues, understanding how far I have to shoot in front of someone at their distance. But there we get some 2 quick wipes on a team, and that was really, really exciting. Again, they only had like green armor on them, so there was really going to be nothing special on them, but a win is a win in this series. If we get a kill, that is a win in my books. We take the loot that we have and we try to make it out of here successfully, and we do manage to evac successfully. Thank God, pray to the heavens, another successful evac, and look at that, 2,000 worth of loot. If you're wondering why I even evac there, it's because of the bags, honestly. I was running low and I didn't feel like crafting more backpacks, so I grabbed the bags and I evac, and that's what I do a lot. That's why my per game match value is just so low, because if I'm low on bags, if I'm low on blue armor, I get a set, I leave, I get a set, I leave, and right here we're fighting another team. I didn't even see that guy go for a no scope. Lord knows I did nothing in this fight. My friend gets 1 kill, and I decided, I thought I heard someone over here, but I guess not. My friend just apparently knows where they all are. He manages to get another kill in the background, but we decide to keep pushing forward, keep moving on. We kill some rattlers along the way, make our way through the hills of this lush biomes. My friend had some good loot, so I just evac with him, try to get him his loot out of there successfully, and we do evac again successfully with 9K worth of loot. Oh my god, we are frying today, boys. We are up to 826,000 K marks in this series, and guess what? We're back to the basics. We're back to the PDW and the PDW. The dual wield PDW is the best combo in this game. I'm kidding, 100%. There's 100% joke in there. I am lying through my teeth, but this combo isn't that bad. You rock a red dot, you rock all white attachments for recoil control, and you really just try to get the gun under control, because there's going to be a lot of just pure chaos all over the place. Here we get another smart mesh, some more print resin, and print resin is one of those things that I thought wouldn't be too important later on in the season. But later on in the season, you're going to be crafting so many attachments, you're going to be crafting so many optics, and print resin is used for so many different optics. It's actually ridiculous. You also need a ton of magnetic stabilizers. You need a ton of ball bearings. There's a lot of different things that I didn't know you would need this late in the season. But right there, someone tries to sneak up on us, but we managed to evac with 15K worth of loot. And for this next game, we are just going into it. Again, PDW, dual wield, we're ready. I just imagine if you could actually dual wield guns in this game, it would be extremely chaotic. No idea what would happen, but here we were doing a little bit of a bug. We got stuff through the floor, but you really couldn't get many things because it was always looted as soon as you got there. Everyone did this. By the time I'm talking over, doing the voiceover, this has all been patched. So there's nothing new about it. You can go and try it. It won't work at all. It's been completely patched. Right here, I see a guy just standing there. I managed to get some really good shots. I push up on him with the double PDW. I really managed to hit my shots there. And I heard a hammer here in the distance. And I knew that this hammer kid would more than likely shred me if I didn't just fully push up on him. But he gets some good shots on me. I'm basically 1 HP, so I have to run back. I have to get my health back. I'm trying to heal as quickly as I can because I only have white armor in this case scenario, but I hear he's pushing up on me. I get my heals done. I have the PDW out in hand. I have both guns reloaded, hopefully, and I just have to pray to God I shred this guy. So he comes. I managed to get some decent shots, but he has purple armor, and he didn't miss a single bullet. So we do get left behind once again. And that's going to be one of the things later on in this video. We do die a decent amount of times, but that's just because I started to get a little bit more ballsy. I started to push a lot more fights. And again, I'm bringing in the Bulldog, bringing in the Sniper, the best combo for me in this game. We hear some action up here at Starport. We managed to get a nade. We start chucking these things everywhere. We see them in the ship. We try to get some good nades here, and then I just get blocked by the wing there. In this case scenario, I should just be pushing right away. I shouldn't be waiting this long. I got a good shot on him, and then I evac by accident. I wasn't even thinking. So there's another evac just just out in the books right there. It's just gone. All right, we're going again with green armor. Same kit, because, again, we didn't lose anything. We just built on top of it. We should have probably killed that guy if we pushed him sooner. He didn't seem like he was the best player in the game. And right here, this was the weirdest thing. I'm like, okay, this guy's hacking. There's no way he's not hacking. I'm like, okay, why you hacking, bro? And then I start to move up, and I see something super interesting. There's just a crate there. He wasn't hacking. There was just something in the way, so I just move up because I still think he's hacking. I just shoot him twice, and I just make sure I kill him right away because he very much could have been hacking because, as you saw, my health went down so quickly. But again, there was a crate in the way. Don't know what was happening. And here I was trying to sneak up on someone about to evac, and I just get killed by a bush Wookiee. And if you don't know my story, I die to so many bush Wookiees, it's not even funny. I think bush Wookiees are probably the thing that kills me the most. There we get a really good snipe on a guy, and we just decide to push up, bring our bulldog, get some good shots on him. We hit 2 bulldog shots, he misses, and I managed to kill him with literally no health to spare. I don't even know how I'm alive. If I didn't have my armor on, I would have been screwed. Here we got 2 advocates, and since it was so early on in the season, we were like, oh my god, we got to evac immediately. We got these good guns, and then I just start getting shredded from behind. I only have a couple heals to work with here, and he gets some more good shots on me, and I probably should have just turned around and started melting him, but I got as much HP as I could out of the time that I had. I got some good shots on him, but then, I mean, it just hit. We just unluckily got shredded, and we go back in with a duo now. We got white armor, we got the same loadout. We're always rocking bulldog sniper combo, and we just go in there and try to do our best. Again, we were going for more derelict because we wanted to do more dungeons, and we were having such bad luck in this point because the first couple drops that you see, we get derelict almost every time, and it just wasn't lucky. Here, I don't even know where I died from. Some Batman jumped above us. It was just pure chaos. Then I'm like, you know what, bright sands it is. Blue armor, phasic lancer, sniper rifle. Let's just go, have a great time, see what we can accomplish. And again, this point in the season, everyone just runs to base camp as soon as they land. That is the hot drop for PvP in this season at least. Maybe next season with Theros Island, maybe PvP will be on Theros Island, which I'm really excited for. And honestly, Theros Island might bring the NV helmet into fruition. It might make the NV helmet super useful, and I'm also thinking that at the end of the 2 weeks with the Cataclysm event, that the NV helmet is going to be super useful. But again, I haven't really seen anyone using the NV helmet, not once, but I think it'll be super helpful, and I'm going to make a video on that later on with the event. Right here, I get some good shreds on a guy. I managed to push up, and yeah, I would have had that play if I didn't do the fall animation. That fall animation has screwed me out of so many kills, especially early on when I didn't know how much height I needed to, you know, not do the fall animation. That animation screws me so many times, but I'm happy it's in the game because it's another skill gap. So people that don't know as much about the game think, okay, let me fall down, let me just jump on them, and then they do the animation, they get screwed, and then I have a free kill. And again, I do get killed a lot in this. I got smart mushroom there, didn't even know what I did, never found smart mushroom there in my life. But here we're just trying to go around, trying to maneuver, see what we can do, and just, again, I'm rocking a lacerator for the very first time here. And it wasn't the very first time, but I was just trash with this gun. I never use it. And as you see, I am just a demon with this weapon, hitting every bullet. Haven't missed a shot yet, which is really good for this video. But my friend just says, you know what? I'm going to pop off. I'm going to absolutely fry everyone in my way, and he manages just to fry both guys. This guy tries to push me. I just start throwing gases so he can't push up on me. I thought I was weak, but again, I checked my health. Not a single HP bar left. It's gone, and my teammate just kills both of them. I'm like, okay, you know what? Take over. Take control. Do what you can. Do what you do best, and he did it. So we just decided to evac. He gets his loot out, and again, we're not at the 1 million key marks yet. We're going up slow and steadily. And here, we got a brute again. We got purple armor, and you know what that means. That usually means a dungeon. We're pushing up here, just trying to make our way through. And I start hearing footsteps underneath me, and we just get into a fight. I did not expect this at all. I get some good shots on the first guy. I managed to try to heal up as quickly as I can in this gunfight. We get some good shreds. We basically kill that guy. Our teammate gets an easy one-tap on him, and they're all dead. Just like that. Before we even get into the dungeon, we get blue armor sets, we get advocates, and we're like, you know what? We're all pretty broke here. I say we just get back, get out, reset, and just do it again. So that's what we do. We get out, we reset, and focus up for the next raid, because again, successfully evacing, it's a big positive. We only leave with 37k there, but I'd rather leave with a set of blue and an advocate and then come back and just do it again. We get a really bad spawn, so we have to rotate around basically the whole map to get to the dungeon, but I'm pretty sure it was either already opened or we were going in for the first time. I'm not sure, but I think it was already open. We go through the whole thing, check it out, and we just decide to reset. We call our evac, and we get a reset going really, really quickly. We just managed to get it done, and we're just going again. Brute, purple armor, and this time it wasn't open. We get to see the beautiful beacon, the beautiful laser coming on down, shining so brightly. We get some nice shots on that green wall, and we hear some people pushing up behind us. So we're trying to play a little slower here, trying to understand how they're coming. And right there, I could not see a lick. The sun, I already remember this game. The sun was shining on my screen. I had the biggest glare of my life. I couldn't see a thing. It was just a horrendous experience, this dungeon. I remember it was just pure chaos the whole time. We drop down, we go for the PvE kills. This guy pushes up. I can't see him because, again, my screen is just white lights everywhere, and I just get pushed and I die to kids with white armor and green armor, and it's just something, and I'm like, bro, I'm done with this. So I just rock full exotic, bring the Arbiter, and a Bulldog. What was I'm shocked. I don't even know what to say. Why the hell was I rocking a Bulldog with an Arbiter, man? I don't know. This is shocking. I don't even know what happens this game. This is pure chaos. Oh, I remember completely. If I hit that shot, I would have killed a hacker. This guy was cheating, blatantly cheating. And if I shot him right there in the head, he would have been deceased. It would have been such a nice feeling killing a cheater. But I shot just a centimeter above his head. And then we go into the next game. We bring a core, and we're like, you know what? This is the game. Because this was the very first time that I actually brought a core in with me into a game. I didn't know how the recoil pattern was. I didn't know what to expect. I just knew, you know what, this gun is pretty good, so let's rock it. We do a drill, and I'm pretty sure this drill was fairly easy. Again, free Ledium is free Ledium. If no one can test you, then you just get a drill for free. It's no big deal. But this, I believe, was one of these drills where my friend, again, he was trying to build the karma, trying to do his thing. So again, I shoved 3 at my butt. I give the rest to him. I'm pretty sure, I'm not positive, but again, we get no real competition there. We call in the evac. We get in. We manage to get out. And again, a successful evac is a successful evac. We get 3 Ledium, and we're past the 900,000 K marks range, which is really, really good. Thank God. Maybe we'll get to 1 million. We only have, what, 13, 12 games left to really complete this. So we got to do this. We got to make sure we get out. And here we get some decent shots on the guy. Again, I wasn't sure on the recoil for this weapon, so shooting it was a little bit difficult for me, but we managed to get some good shots here, and we're just trying to take cover, make sure our teammates can move up slowly, and here we just take our space, throw a smoke grenade, take our way, and make our way up there. And here we find one of our first victims. Me and my friend just team shot him, and I love the ragdoll effect in this game. I think it's probably one of the best things to happen to this game, because when you kill someone, their body just goes flying across the map. It makes you get this feeling of just pure happiness. It really just brings a light to your eye that you're just so happy with what happened. It's just a great feeling seeing their body fly across the map. But as you'll see here, we just keep it moving. We keep getting our monies up. Another 8K in the bag. Not too much money, but again, with what we had, it's not a bad outlook on that last game. Now we're in a pretty intense gunfight. This is the first time we're going to use the core. I'm spraying through a bush. Can't really see what I'm shooting at. I still don't understand the recoil pattern of this weapon, but at this point in time, I know I'm in a bad spot. I'm getting naded left and right. I honestly probably should have stayed on that curve right there and healed, understood where I was at, because right here, I'm getting pushed by a kid on the staircase. There's a guy above me. I know I'm completely screwed in this case in time, bro. I'm just trying to make my way right here. I try to move around the door. I try to slide to get some good shots on him, but unluckily, I do manage to die, and we don't escape there successfully. But game 89, we're bringing in the Scarab, and the Scarab's honestly not that bad of a weapon. Here we're looting some med supplies, trying to find some medical supplies, because I was looking for these things to upgrade my supply or my safe pockets for so long, but I just couldn't find them. But here, we're just fighting some Timmies. I don't know what's going on. This guy had nothing on him, but I wanted some kills. And then I go again, and this guy also had nothing on him, and the Scarab still took 15 bullets to kill him, even though I missed 3 of them. But still, the Scarab is an awesome weapon to use super up close, and this was a really good game. You'll see my turnaround right here. There's a kid just hiding up top. I managed to one burst him. Then there's another guy to a jumping headshot, which I was not expecting at all. Just gross shots on my part. genuinely filthy shots, and I leave with a phasic, I get blue armor, I get all this good stuff that I just wasn't expecting to get. And again, think about this. I got into this game with only white armor and a scarab, and right here I kill another guy who was just walking around, and I'm getting hit by striders, and I thought I was dead here. I stand on the wheel, pray to God he can't hit me, because if I didn't have a wheel there, I'd be screwed. I had no stamina left, nothing left in the system, and I was just trying to make it out alive, because here it was a pretty good come up. We got from whites to half a set of blues with the phasic. We killed 4 or 5 people. Not a bad game in my opinion. Up 35k, and now we're close to that 1 million K mark range. We're going in again with green armor and a scarab, and we're trying to do the best we can here. Someone called an evac here, and I was just trying to understand where they were. I saw they were pushing up. I get some good shots on him. I hit some decent shots on white, and then he just manages to go around when I go around, and he somehow escapes me, and I was just baffled, because the moment that I slid the wrong way, I knew I was screwed. I couldn't get a line of sight on him. I probably should have just waited, reloaded, just, I don't know. It was just a bad case scenario for my situation there. Here I go favela, go community room again. I managed to loot some items. I don't get the greatest amount of things. I get a manticore, which is alright, because again, I'm only rocking a scarab at this point in time, but I just keep it moving. I find this little jump spot down, which I thought I was genuinely gonna die in. Did not know what to expect, but we made it down. We're gonna keep it running, call our evac, and just make it out, because again, we're going from greens to nothing, and that game was pretty dry. So again, 17,000 K mark up, and now we're only 6k away from that million K marks. And right here we're doing a 0 to hero. We only brought a bag in. We find a K28 pistol along the way. We make our way through. We get the crashed ship, and we just go around, try to loot what we can. We get another pistol. Now we're dual wielding these pistols. We're having a great game here. We make it to jungle camp, hoping to loot armory and praying to God that's going to give us a good weapon. And we do get a purple grip, which is not bad. We get a manticore and a scrapper to work with, which is really awesome. We didn't have any heals or much heals at all, so we get to the plant, heal up, move to comms, try to loot this area. Because when you're doing a 0 to hero, you need to get just as many supplies as possible, because you just don't have much on you. And right here, this guy was in a great corner. I could barely see him because it was so dark in that corner. But I try to get away here, try to get some good shots on him, and he just wins that gunfight. He just had the upper hand on me. And then we go again with white armor and a manticore with the holographic sight. And the manticore honestly isn't that bad. This was the game I was doing the weapon guide on. So again, I start shooting a wall, trying to understand the recoil, trying to play with this weapon, and I'm pretty sure I need kills with this weapon. So I might go on a PvP streak here. I'm not sure what happens in the near future, but we just move our way to uplink, go across the road, have a great time, enjoy the scenery a little bit. We're at our evac, and we do think we hear someone, but we go mines, we try to see what's going on in here, and this was a really good spot. If you want to learn recoil of a weapon, go in mines, shut the door, and you're probably not going to be heard. Here, I heard this guy, he was shooting a guy, he had an advocate, he had some decent armor, and in my opinion, I played this gunfight really poorly. I probably should have kept the high ground, but I dropped down to him. I made him have the high ground, and when he has a shatter gun, it's just not something you want to deal with. And right there, he just gets some good shots on me. I had no good armor, and he shredded me there. Luckily for me, there was no luck there. I had no room to work with. It was just horrendous how bad I played that. And then this guy just starts shredding me. All of a sudden, I heal up. I try to jump, see where he's coming from. I miss a lot of my shots, and now I'm screwed. I have no health left, and I manage to peek him. I go back, I get on top of the crate. I run out of ammo. I just, nothing going right for me, and I just jump, and his body flies away. That's, again, why I love this. His body flies away, and it's great. Made me feel good in that case scenario. Right here, I open the door, and I feel so bad for this guy. He was just, guys, don't do this, man. He was just hiding in a corner. I could see him through the roof. It was just not a good situation for him to be in that point in time. Just don't do that. Don't let me do that to you. But again, if you're hiding in the corner, you're more than likely going to get cramped. There's a lot of ways to get into each building, and you just have to kind of maneuver your way around. Here we're at an evac point, and we hear this guy coming. We just don't hit a single shot. Maybe hit a bullet on this guy. It was just horrendous shots. We just don't hit a single bullet, and this might have been my worst showcase so far. We maybe hit him for 20 damage in that case scenario. Just a horrendous game. And with the manticore, I'm trying to understand the recoil pattern, and again, how to lead my bullets. That's one of the hardest things for me. As I said, leading bullets and understanding when to shoot, where to shoot, that's such a hard thing to master in this game. But that's why you got to put the hours in, you got to put the work in to understand just each gun and its capabilities. because I know in the long run it will help you later down the road, season 4, season 5, when some new people are coming to the game and you already mastered the recoil control, you mastered each weapon, and you already understand how to use each gun to its full capabilities. And now we're just having a great time. We managed to just beat that because Storm was coming. Don't want to deal with that. On to game 95. Only 5-6 games left in this series. The last game of this series is absolutely mental. I'm just going to let that play out. But as we're going here, we go to Lake. We get a Manticore. We're just going for it. Trying to see what we can do. Trying to find some more PvP action. And just trying to see what danger we can get ourselves into. We usually rotate from parking lot to jungle. Depends where we spawn. We go to crash ship. Always collecting cables, because cables are lifesavers for crafting drills, and you just need so many cables in the late game. It's actually unreal. Here I was AFK for a bit, and then I heard a guy coming randomly, so I just decided to shred up. He actually almost killed me, and it was just a super close fight in general. I managed to get his loot, and I am like, oh, meteor core, freaking miniature reactors. Don't know what's going on, but that's some nice loot that I'm going to need for some items that I need to craft. So I just make my way through, and yes, we did hit 1,000,000 K marks. Don't get worried. I hope you saw that transition before, but we did hit 1,000,000 K marks. Nothing special here. And I did hear a kid in the bush, so I started throwing some nades over there, and I killed him, man. He was just, I don't know what he was doing. But again, I get some more loot-ski-dootskis from these guys, and not some too bad of loot right there. And we just make our way to evac here, because again, we have our loot, we have the good stuff out of the way, and we're just making our way out of here, trying to get the drop number 96 successfully. And again, our money just keeps going up. We're going to 146,000. I'm kidding. 1.46 million. I'm not bad at math. I am pretty bad at math, I'll be honest. I'm not too good at math. Now we have an advocate with the suppressor. I thought after a couple good games, we might as well run an advocate. Go favela, see what we can get, because I was looking for some aluminum scrap, I believe. That was also something that I needed a lot for crafting something. I completely forget what, but I don't even need it anymore. But aluminum scrap was something I was pretty low on, so I knew favela was pretty good spot for it. And then I heard evac. I went over there, didn't hear anyone, didn't see anyone leaving, so I stayed up here for a minute, and then I saw Storm was coming. I'm like, yo, let's just dip, let's reset, see what the hell we can get done in the next game. So again, 735k marks is a great number, a solid number to deal with. Again, drop number 97. If you made it this far in the video, comment down below chicken and waffles. And if I see a chicken and waffles, comment down below. I will do everything. I will make you fucking, I don't even know. I will give you a hug. I will give you a big smooch on the forehead if you comment chicken and waffles. But we'll keep it going. Go through the drops. And this part of Pinnacle is just terrible. When you get there, there's a fresh mob spawn, and there's so many things to deal with. There's marauders everywhere. The striders are probably the worst part. We do hear some things in the distance. We hear some gunfights. Get some good nades in there. Try to shred as many people as possible. One kid coming this way. I managed to get some great shots, and I do kill someone there. Some really good shots on my part. I usually rock it 2 times, but now I was rocking a hollow. Don't know why. But we got another advocate. We got a big blue bags. I don't know why he was carrying so many bags. He must have killed some kids. He was low on bags. But again, these guys were we were dealing with them for a long time. One of them had a hammer, and he was pretty good with it, in my opinion. This guy hit a shot on me. It wasn't the best shot, but it was a shot, and we honestly just decide, you know what? We're getting some good shots. We're fighting a good team. How are we going to play this? We're getting the hell out of here, all right? We had some decent loot. We're like, you know what? This is our time to kind of take over evac. The storm's coming. Nothing's really going our way in this fight. They have good positioning. They have good shots. So we decide, you know what, call evac ship, get out with the loot we can afford to lose, you know what I mean? So we get out successfully, leave with 66,000 K marks worth, and we're at the 1.1 mil range here. And we have blue armor, we have advocate, and we're ready to rock and roll. We do the puzzle, avoid needing too many reactors. We get there, do the ICA, get that best gun in the game, obviously, push some kids up top with white and blue, get some good shots on this guy, and I don't know how he's not dead. I get sniped in the absolute face, pretty low on health, and we just keep it moving, drop down, try to reposition, because my friend, I'm pretty sure he was running low on heals, so we had to kind of maneuver, work with how he wanted to work, because when one of you were suffering, that's going to make the team suffer, so you just can't let that happen. So we just try to reposition, try to get some good idea. These kids chased us for a while. We got some good shots on them again, but again, we just had to do what was best for the team in this scenario, and we just had to maneuver. We try to loop back around, try to see what's going on. getting the same gunfight, really the same exact thing was happening that happened once before, and we just got to play it how it lies. We get a team above us now that really starts screwing us over here, and we just don't have much room to work with. We got to work with what we got, and there's just not much to work with in this case scenario. We get some great shots on the guy above. My teammate starts pushing up above. I try to help him. My teammate, I'm pretty sure he dies here, but again, I just got to do what I can do, and I try to get some good shots on the purple guy, and if I had a shatter gun here, it would have worked really well, but then I turn around, there's another guy in blue behind me, and then I'm just screwed completely. There's a guy hiding underneath here. I try to heal, and I don't know why I try to heal when I knew there was a guy right there. Then I get shot in the face. And that was no fun. Drop number 99, blue armor and advocate. Drop number 100, I'm just going to leave out in the open for you guys to listen to, enjoy, because drop number 100, we verse a big streamer. We have a great fight with them. But right here in drop number 99, we get some white armor titties. Just kill them walking around the road. We needed something to kind of flourish our egos a little bit. Needed some kills to get our names out there. And so we just take what we can, push up through base camp, because that's the way to do it. You always go base camp, and then we see a storm is coming again. We go crash ship, try to loot what we can, then we just chill, go to jungle camp, we open armory, do everything we can before the storm comes. Who knows, we might stay in the storm. I don't know what's going on here, but we get good attachments from armory, because armory always has some decent attachments, man. So then we try to make our way to evac before the storm comes, because I hate the storm. I absolutely hate it. We call it the evac, and we managed to make it out of here safely. And again, drop number 100 will be the drop where I'm just going to let it ride. Hopefully you enjoyed this series so far. Tell me what you think of drop number 100, and I'll see you in the outro.
Dang. Somewhere in front of power plant.
On top,
On the thing. Yeah. He's low. Yeah, I see one arbiter. I'm gonna try and pick him in the head.
Staircase, you see him?
Fucking missed.
I hit him red.
If we could hit the same one twice, that's instant kill.
Yeah.
Hit red once.
I'm just shooting through smoke. I just saw him, he just jumped off the left side. Killed one, killed exotic.
Okay.
I just got fucking hit.
Shit.
Hit him exotic, headshot him exotic.
Okay.
He'll back up, he should at least, or he's a fucking nut. Coming back. I'm gonna come to you. Oh, I'm fucked, I'm dead. Yeah.
No.
There was a kid hiding
Did
in
they
the
kill you?
corner. Yeah, it was the one guy.
I fucking killed Chab.
Hold on.
Thank you for watching, and if you watched till the end, make sure to comment down below chicken and waffles, and I'll see you in the next 100 drop series. Hadoos.